all you need to get started with Alchemy in the Oblivion Remaster is any mortar and pestle. You can use any level of equipment, regardless of what level alchemy you are. This character is actually starting at something like level 5 alchemy, so don't worry if yours is low. This is also going to work for you. Now, how alchemy works is we select the apparatus. That's going to give us a list of ingredients. This is basically any raw ingredient or consumable in the world. Food works for this, but alcohol I don't think does. I think that pretty much counts as a potion, especially with how its effects are applied. In this example here, we have corn and we have wheat grain, because I already know both of those have an effect in common. So if I show you these two ingredients outside of the menu, you can see right at the very beginning here, corn has restore fatigue and wheat grain has restore fatigue. We need to use at least two ingredients with the same effect, and at low level, you can only see the first effect. As we gain levels, we'll see more effects, and that's going to make it easier to make potions as we continue to improve our alchemy skill. Most foods give you the restore fatigue effect, so they can be a good place for you to start when it comes to leveling up your alchemy. So you can see that my alchemy level is at 9 here. All I really need to do to get that rising is select any of my tools. It auto fills with the best tools, so I don't believe I can actually swap any of these out. So whichever the highest tier tools are that you have in your inventory, that's going to fill all of the 4 slots at the top. If you want to see what they do, I can bring the menu up here for you. So the mortar and pestle is your basic potion creation. The retort increases the magnitude of your positive effects. The alembic reduces the negative effects, and the calcinator increases all effects. Now, technically speaking, the alembic, it used to be that the low level one actually had the opposite effect because it didn't have like a full effect on it. And in addition, I don't believe the alembic will affect poisons. Of course, poisons work slightly differently, as instead of drinking them, you'll apply them to something. But I haven't really been using many poisons on my playthrough. We're just going to go through how we make standard potions. If we go ahead, we add these in, we're obviously going to need to name it. Let's call this something like fatigue low, because I'm quite low level. I'm not sure how much these stats will change as we're leveling this up, but you can see that it changes as we go up in level there. So you can see that the stats are going to improve, and we can actually sell these potions for more than we would have bought those ingredients for, which brings us on to how we can level up our alchemy skill fast. Bring your alchemy tools to the Imperial City. If you don't have any at all and you need something to start with, you can either buy a mortar and pestle and some tools here in the city, or you can get them all for free from any Mage's Guild. You just join the guild. You don't even have to do any quests or anything. Go and visit the Mage's Guild, make sure it doesn't have the red hand on it, and you can get all of the alchemy tools extremely easily. And if you want the master level tools, I'll be sure to leave a link to the video where I show how to farm them at the end of this one. Once that's done, bring yourself a little bit of gold to the Imperial City. Now, we can actually get quite a lot of ingredients for free here, but we're starting at the main ingredient, and we're going to go ahead and we're just going to buy all of the cheap ingredients to get started. So we're going to come on in, we're going to speak to this guy, get into his menu, sort his ingredients by cheapest, and you can see here we have lots of very cheap materials that we can buy all for 1 gold each. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to clear this guy out, and of course stop if things are starting to get a little bit expensive for you. I'm pretty much fine for money, but I just figured I'd let you guys know that you can take that as far as you wish to. And we're going to do this with several areas in the Imperial Marketplace. Firstly, we're going to head on next door to the Merchant's Inn. This place also sells a lot of food, therefore we can make restore fatigue potions very easily in here. Go ahead and clear this guy out. With that done, we'll go ahead and leave. Now, on your way around, you're going to find all of these barrels and stuff around here. And you can see this is not stealing, and we have even more ingredients that we can take right inside of these barrels. So we'll go ahead and clear all of this out as well. When it comes to the sacks, usually the closed ones, they have like items in, but the open ones, these will usually have grain or food in, just in case. And the boxes are also kind of the same as the closed bags, so we don't really need to bother with those ones, just the barrels and open-topped bags. The next shop that we want, though, is the Three Brothers Trade Goods, so we're going to go in there, coming over to Alchemy Goods, and we'll clear these few bits out. With that shop cleared, we can move on over to the next square along, where we'll have even more barrels and sacks. And then if you want a little bit more, we can come into Rendir's staffs here. He has a few ingredients. As you can see, this is where you can get yourself some basic equipment if you need to. And then as well as that, we can come on around to the coin purse. We'll get a few more in there. I'm going to get on with making the potions now. But if you look in the back gardens as well, so around the back of these shops, there are these little gardens. You've got things like mushrooms in here if you want to collect those, and a few other bits and bobs. But I want to keep this fairly short, so you guys go ahead, take any other ingredients that you want to before continuing. At this point then, we're just going to go into the menu, select our alchemy tools, and start making potions. Restore fatigue is one of the easiest and cheapest to make right now. So we're going to make our filter up here, restore fatigue. And then we're going to start making our potions, starting with the easiest stuff that we could use. Again, we're going to just call this fatigue low. And we're just going to start making loads of restore fatigue potions. Whenever we run low, we're just going to switch on out. In just one round, I'm already up to 32 alchemy. What we do next is we head on back into the shop. We sell all of the potions for what will likely be a huge profit overall. So this should also improve your mercantile skill. Make sure you get the haggling on there. And then if you don't want to use up all of your other ingredients that aren't just restore fatigue, what we do is we fast travel to anywhere else. So I'm going to go back to my inn over here. We get the wait up and we wait for 3 days, so 24 hours, 3 times. And after those 3 days, we come on back. As you can see, we're back at the shop that we started at. We should find that the shops have restocked all nicely, and so have the barrels. The only thing that won't restock are the open sacks, because for whatever reason, these never change, which also means that once you've emptied these are actually safe storage. Use those as you will. I don't recommend standing around and doing this for hours. I've done it for a little bit of a while. When I say a little bit of a while, quite a while. The more fun way is obviously to go around and collect ingredients as you're going around in the world. But as you can see, just crafting the restore fatigue potions is enough to get the ball rolling, so that you can see all of the different effects on all of the different ingredients. The best thing about this is it means that now we can see so many different effects. When we come into our filters, we can do pretty much anything that we want. So I can go ahead in here, I can go chameleon, I'll come out of my filter, whack 2 of those in there, and now I can give myself 142nd, 43% chameleon. Absolutely wonderful. A quick addition at the end then for my Atronach sign users, just so that you can make mana potions in case you need them. If you come to the Talos section of the Imperial City, you can look under the feet of the dragon statue where we have steel blue entomoles. This is one ingredient and probably the hardest, which is why I put this one first. After that, we just need to find flax. Now, flax is quite common, and if you travel between Skingrad and Coral, all of this area has plenty of it. Now, some way that I know that there's plenty is if we go to the Fallen Rock Cave, you'll see we've got flax right outside of the cave. Just remember, every 5 days, this is all going to reset. And if we go over the rock here, we should see, I think it's this tree. No, this tree. Look, we can see at the bottom of this tree, we have a load more flax right here. This should be enough for you guys to get started with making the mana potions if that's something that you need. Other than that, you just have to search up with the ingredients for whichever effect it is that you want, and you are now a master of potion making.